Hi, I'm Constance, and today is August 16th, 2018. And I'm actually going to talk about surrender today. And it's interesting because I've tried to start this video a few times, and every time I'm like, it's not working. And then I just got still, and I surrendered. I allowed myself to let go of control. And I paid attention to the really loud motorcycle running by and the voices of people running and the sound of all the different creatures in the arboretum right now as light changes, as we're moving from day to night. And listening to my body and thankful that it feels more relaxed and less tense than it has for the past few days. Yoga last night, I think it was last night, really helped. And so I know part of why surrender is not easy to talk about. For me personally, one is because I'm going through my own, I think, discovery and experience of what this means for me. Two, surrender is connected to Neptune and Pisces, which is they're never easy to talk about. They have to do with everything and nothing, the unknown, the intangible, all the things that aren't physical, right? And illusions and dreams and inspiration. So it's not the easiest to put words to define, to try to contain it, okay? And yet, I think part of the human experience is that we spend so much of our life trying to contain what is uncontainable. We try to control what we cannot actually control. And this gets to kind of I think the heart of what it is that I want to communicate tonight. Because I've been meditating on what is this relationship between Saturn, the limits and boundaries and reality, with Neptune, beyond limits and boundaries and reality. Capricorn and Pisces. What we can control, what we cannot control. And why there is this sextile between Capricorn and Pisces in astrology. Okay, there's actually a harmonious relationship naturally between these signs. And they are earth and water. And what I came to, what I am coming into, is that when we start tapping into and working with surrender, we start to let go, we start to release this idea, this need to control what it is that we actually can't control. And the more it's something that we can't control, we tend to push back with more control, okay? And so for me, surrender is ultimately about how can you change your experience of everything that we can't control, Because part of what happens with this Neptune and Pisces stuff is that we can get submerged, we can drown. It's like that, which is why we need the physical stuff, we need the structures. It can be incredibly overwhelming, right? So control is not a negative thing, all right? It is more understanding how when control starts to block and to restrict and to contain in ways that are not healthy for us. So I think of the heart again, because again, this is riding off of this whole new moon in Leo energy, and we are in Leo sun month right now, and how the heart, will do this in our chest, expand and contract, get smaller and bigger. And what we can do sometimes, and we can experience this with our hearts, is that when we have apprehension, when we have fear, when there's so much that is not clear and so much that's unknown, and we're scared, our reaction can be instead of to open our hearts up, instead of allowing more receptivity, instead of trusting the strength of our heart, we can naturally react with control. And we can start doing this around our heart, like squeezing our heart. And if you think about that in regards to breath, imagine just like when you can't breathe fully, you're squeezing in your lungs, or you're squeezing in your capacity to breathe. And we can do this out of protection. We can do this because opening ourselves up can be the most amazing thing and most powerful thing, and allow our dreams in. But it's also some of the most terrifying things. And so control helps us to feel like we have control. It helps us to feel like we are grounded. It gets us back into what we're attached to and what feels safe. It keeps us in the past, rather moving us into our potential. And so the art of surrender then is, how do we start to change that experience? So instead of reacting with squeezing our hearts or closing in on our hearts, that we start to loosen that grip. And eventually we just trust that our hearts will work and are strong enough for that kind of true vulnerability and receptivity. So I hope I got into some of this. I know this is going to be something that I will be continuing to grow. And it's not the easiest thing for me to talk about, because it gets into some really, I don't even know. But, I feel a lot of energy right in this area. And what I've noticed with myself, and this is the last thing I'm going to share for today, is that 2 nights ago, I came because, remember, I'm understanding the building and what's going on with astrology, okay? And so everything I'm talking about is connected back to October 2012, when Saturn moved into Scorpio, all right? This new moon in Leo, as I have said, I think, before, is connected to last August 2017, and then before that, March of 2017. There's so much building that's going on, and there's so much that has been going on for our hearts and our authentic voices and our soul levels. And so it was a really amazing moment for me 2 nights ago to come to this place, and it was like, I don't know, close to 2, 3 in the morning, where I realized that my heart was really clear. And now I'm getting emotional, because this is very emotional, because my heart has not been clear for most of my life. And my heart is like beating faster right now. But the point is that and this is new, so I'm just learning about this, but what I'm discovering moving forward is, it's not that all of a sudden I'm ready to just like share everything, It's that I'm not acting out of apprehension. I'm acting with caution, and with care. And so I am going to be choosing what I want to share or not share. And sometimes I'm not ready to share something, and that's okay. But my heart is open now, that I don't have that need to, control and squeeze. So that is all I'm going to share for now. And I will see you guys really soon. Bye.